Nervous Americans overseas, now scrambling to get back home. Holed up in this hotel this morning, Californians China Barrett and Ethan Smith fled Portugal, now on hold with their airline.
Your wait time is greater than 2 hours.
So far, they've spent $1,000 extra and made multiple calls to United. Yesterday, they waited 4 hours and still couldn't get through. They were caught off guard by President Trump's surprise travel ban.
My mom actually texted me and she basically said, you need to get home ASAP because we don't know if this is going to affect you directly or not.
The announcement causing confusion and widespread travel chaos. Jay Harrison is from Atlanta.
We are nervous that we're not going to be able to get back into the country.
Leo Leopoldo and Amanda Mitchell from California.
We land and we get bombarded with messages from our families telling us Trump announced this and you can't come back and the end of the world and all that good stuff. So.
In fact, the president's 30-day ban only targets European citizens from 26 countries. But fears over flights and the future fueling Americans to get back quickly. The move condemned by Europe's leaders and undermined by the World Health Organization, who said banning air travel is not an effective way to stop a virus from spreading. The U.S. administration sending mixed messages. Vice President Pence stating that all Americans can fly home from Europe regardless of their condition.
They'll go through a process. We'll ask them to self-quarantine, but they can all come home.
President Trump appearing to contradict that just hours later.
That if an American's coming back or anybody's coming back, we're testing. We have a tremendous testing setup. We're not putting them on planes if it shows positive.
For Americans, dream vacations in Europe becoming a nightmare.
Invested a lot, thousands of dollars. We definitely lost a few thousand.
Yeah. China and Ethan feel abandoned.
I mean, we were hoping that, the government would take more concern about this, that airlines would make more of an effort.
There's no knowing, okay, so if we do get back to the U.S., then what happens? How do we go into quarantine because we've been traveling around Europe? Do we go home?
A lot of confusion, and the word of the day, anxiety, Keir. I mean, Americans are exempted from these rules. People in the UK are exempted from these rules, but you're still seeing people race to the airports just afraid of what might be the next rule to come.
Hey, Savannah, that's right, and you can hear another plane just taking off behind me here, just underscoring the fact that these planes are still flying. And you're right. I think it's important to just reassure families who have loved ones here in Europe that there is not a ban on American citizens getting back to the United States. This 30-day ban only applies to European citizens. But, Savannah, the very fact that I have to say that just underscores what Americans have been telling me, which is that it's hard enough to face the fear of the coronavirus. It makes it worse when you feel confused and you feel like you're not getting support. I do want to tell you, by the way, Savannah, that we did reach out to United Airlines. They have just come back to us. They want to reassure people that they are not stranding people, but that they are flooded with calls and they're asking their customers to have patience, Savannah.
All right. That will need a lot of, Keir. Thank you very much.